All right, what's up, everybody? Ave Satanas. So, thank you for being here, all the continued support. Hit like and subscribe for hearing all my rants. I was talking to my boy Leo, and I was telling him, I can do all this stuff. I was telling him all the stuff that I was learning. I'm not going to go into it right now. And he's like, man, what's important is that you just stick to your authentic self. And that got me thinking. I was like, you know what? And I might start doing some videos like this where it's like everything is animated and it's more like interactive and it's like razzle dazzle. You hang a mouse in front of people so they're paying attention more. A lot of people want to be taken for a dance and a dip and twirl. You know what I mean? Instead of just getting information raw like this. Uh, I don't know, man. But Leo was right. Stick to my authentic self. So and I'm an asshole. That's the truth. So listen, guys. A lot of you guys have ADD and you ain't paying attention. You're the guys that are lazy, and I'm telling you exactly what you need to do. Today, I'm going to be talking about Choronzon, but before I get to that, I'm going to tell you guys all this information. You guys got look, phone, another phone. I got a tablet. I got a computer. I got an iPhone that my little boy's playing with right now. You got all these devices. It's hooked up to something that's called the internet. And this internet is an amazing thing, man. It's like a spider web. It's called a net for a reason because everything's connected, including all the information in the world. You can share everything. It's amazing. If you guys haven't heard about this, this has been around for a while. It's fucking amazing. All right. So you can have at the palm of your hand all the information in the world. And if you have enough drive, you can figure it out right here on this device. Pretty crazy. You can learn, man. You'd be surprised at some of the stories I could tell you about the people I've actually gotten a hold of because I was persistent enough to get a hold of. Not like I was a stalker, but like shit, trying to get a hold of people that. And if you guys know me, I've told some of you the stories. I don't drop names on this site, but it's been pretty crazy, guys. Guys, really, like, I'm not trying to give you a dip and twirl. This site is more like a punch in the teeth. Like, some of you guys fucking threw a dog turd right in your face, and you still wouldn't be able to know shit. Like, what the fuck, guys? I am telling you, get on the internet and start learning stuff. Pick up books. That's the old school way. You can join temples and learn all this stuff. I told you, you cannot sell your soul. If you think you have, you've been duped. I've told you guys, um, it's all about self empowerment, right? Self mastery, taking control of your own life. So that's step one. Pick up the phone and start learning some stuff. This stuff. People ask me the craziest questions, and I tell them, "Are you on my site?" And they say yes. Okay, great. Now start watching the material, man. Like, and not only my site, but start linking other people. There are a lot of other people out here talking about this stuff, and start putting in time. That's how you pay for something. Really, your really universal currency is your time. That's what everything comes down to. When you go to work, you pay some the employer pays for a certain amount of time per hour. Your life you sell for that amount of money. That's what an employer does. You know. Now, employers and business people look at things differently. That's an employee's worth. I'm not talking about business right now. So anyway, I am going to talk to you guys today about Choronzon. People that are still around, congratulations. You guys have made it this far. You know that books like Ayn Rand, Atla- Atlantis or whatever the hell, or uh, what the hell is that word? It was Ayn Rand. Uh, something Atlantis, right? That book was the first like 200 pages of that book um is nothing but smut, violence, and just stuff that people do not want to read. The Christians do not want to read because the last 100 pages of that book is for the people to understand in power. It was a blueprint for taking over. like the world, how they're going to move forward in the 20th and 21st century. That was the plan. But it was the Atlas Shrugs. That's the book. Atlas Shrugs. That's what that book is about. And if you never read it, pick it up. You'll see it for yourself. Just take the first 200 pages and just flip it over, and then start reading. And it'll tell, and you can see that all the stuff's coming true. Man, crazy, right? So, what I'm trying to tell you guys today is the abyss. That's what I've passed. And I brought up the shrugs analogy because that's what the clip off kind of is. You're going through all this stuff, and then you finally go through the abyss, and things are changing. Things are really changing now. And that's what it's kind of feels like reading that book, going through all this stuff, and finally you get uh to the light. It's like a whole other thing. It's a perfect analogy. So Choronzon came to me the night before I started working with the Abyss, and this was the last new moon, not full moon, the new moon. So it's been almost 28 days. I've been working 2 months in each shell, right? So this part is Choronzon Part One. Choronzon came to me, and I saw him in a very vivid dream, and he looked like colored markers, like scribbles, right? And they were moving, right? And they were moving, but his eyes and his mouth and his hands and stuff were like they were everything was moving, but the this greenish blue line was making him up. It was the weirdest thing I've seen. I mean, good look. There is video by a band named Twisted at that is called Afraid of Me. It's kind of like that. That how they do their image is kind of like that. But it was much different, but with lines and stuff. So if you guys ever seen that stuff, anyway, um, all right. So he told me that to go through this, you have to give up everything. You have to be willing to give up everything, the world, money, relationships, your health, everything. And I was like, I was already thinking, I was like, man, I already fucking done that. Like I've already lost everything I had once. I even had to do bankruptcy. I lost my the marriage, and then my ex-wife died like a month later. I had a girlfriend named Angela that I was very close with, and I loved her, and she died, and like all these people started dying around me. And then I finally got to the point where I was like, man, I don't even want to keep living in like this world. Like, what? I got to a spiritual level. It's like, why am I chasing money? And really, money, I'm chasing it and I'm spending it. And I don't even have like enough money. Like, it's just a circle. It's like the game is set up and rigged up against you. And I know if you look into business and how to do it, they tell you different ways and drop shipping and e-commerce and building all this stuff. Listen, you don't have to get on here and start telling me about it because I've already been looking into it. Okay. So investing, commodities, all that crap, different percentages of not only investing in it to a company, but you can invest in how many transactions they do. It's all this stuff though, man. And I didn't realize how much it was to business. So anyway, and then I even thought my health. You said my health. And I was like, man, I have already had a stroke. I was completely paralyzed on my right side of my body for 5 weeks, couldn't move. And I was in the hospital for a little over 2 months because of this stroke. Doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. They said I had blood clots, but they didn't know why. I have blood clot here on my brain, blood clot back here on my brain, one in my lung. They said I'm acceptable to blood clots because I had blood clots back in 2018. They had a shot called Love Knocks. I don't know how many people have ever done that, but you got to take your belly, pinch it, and you got this syringe, and stick it in there, and you push it in, and man, does that stuff burn. And then the next day, you got to do it to this side. Bam, stick it in there. It's like stabbing yourself. And then the next day, bam, back to this side, and it bruises your sides. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, whew. That's tough. I got something called Eliquis that I'm on now. That's a pill. I told him I don't want to do that again. Like that was crazy. And he said, "Well, we're going to put you on Eliquis. If that works, then we'll keep it on it. But if not, we're going to have to switch things up, and you're going to have to syringe yourself." Like, I do prick myself with like blood rituals. Um, but anyway, you know what? I'm getting off topic. Choronzon. So I've already thought, like, I've already lost it, and he came to this. It was like he didn't even say it. He just was, and it was just feeling of emotion that came over me. And like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, you've been living all your life to get here right now, buddy. Didn't you realize that? Didn't you realize that the whole way, man? That's where you're supposed to be. You've been living through that shit. You don't have to go through. You've been living through it, man. You were homeless. Remember that? You remember there's 3 years in prison that you did for drugs, having possession of drugs and violating probation. And I had a petty theft on my record. I stole some bullets out of Bass Pro Shop. Like, whatever you had to do to grind to sell drugs, man. And that's how I put myself. I was like, man, I would wake up in the morning and not have money, right? But I wanted to get hot. So I made it happen no matter what. And not only for me, but for my girl too. She was my ride or die. And really, when I mean ride or die, she's dead. That's the truth, man. And so she was like, man, don't you realize like you already lived this? You've already gone through all this, man. It's your whole life has been to get here. It's been to get here to this moment. And I just had this huge epiphany. Like, yeah, like he's like, you've been making this harder on yourself. You should have been doing this a long time ago, man. This is where you belong right now, and things are going to be different. And there was this huge weight that was lifted off the top of me, man. And I remember talking to a friend of mine right before I started working with Crown's. I was so overwhelmed and uptight. I was talking to her, and right as I was talking to her, I just started crying over FaceTime. And I was like, man, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I so uptight? Like, I learned that once I started working with crowds, it's like, just let it go, man. It's done. What can you do at this point in time? Everything's done. It's done. It's done. What is, what was, that's it. But right here, we're going this way. You can control, and you're right here where you belong right now. Now, that's been my experience with him. I'm not telling you guys that your guys' experience is going to be like that. And understand when you guys buy grimoires and these black magic books, understand that is the author's way of telling you that was their experience, not exactly how you need to do it. It's their experience, how they did it. So it's like a guide, but ultimately you can use it like a blueprint, but make it yours. That's the most important thing. It's like your intentions, putting your spin on things. And I have people that ask me, how can I contact spirits? Really? Right? And a lot of you guys aren't even prepared mentally or to do this. So what you want to do, man, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. If you really want to contact a spirit, this is what you do. First of all, start spending time. 15, 20 minutes in the dark. Turn off the lights. Don't listen to no music, nothing. Just sit there in the dark and start meditating. Learn how to silence your mind. Shut your mind up. And you're going to have all these thoughts going through your brain. Like you're not going to be able to control it because you know why? Because you finally shut the hell up, and now your subconscious is telling you stuff that you need to hear. But you've been so busy with the world, you don't even pay attention to your subconscious anymore. So you're going to have to get through that. You're going to have to sit there for some time to listen to thoughts of your subconscious. Get it out, okay? Because you got shit to work out through your brain before you can even silence it. Make sense? So once you get to the point where you can have dealt with all your inner emotions that you've suppressed, right? Then what you do, and start working on silence in your mind, get a sigil. Say, okay, I want to get the sigil of Lucifer. We're going or Baphomet. Here we go. Baphomet. I want to talk about Baphomet is not a real entity. That's Samuel and Lilith their the link of their communion together, their relationship. That is that what that represents. So you're looking at Samuel and Lilith. So just think about Lucifer. Say I'm going to get in touch with you, Lucifer. So you um get his sigil, write it on a piece of parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, get a bag, paper bag from um a store, whatever. A lot of places charge 10 cents for a paper bag anymore. Put sigil on it, and if you want to, you could charge it. Try with the draconian current, learn how to breathe. And I've already gone through the videos. Look back on how to build up the draconian current up your kundalinis of your spine through these breathing methods. You can try doing that. There's other ways to do it, building up your energy. Also, semen retention for guys. Just building up your energy. And then guess what? You if you want to, not this isn't for everybody, you can prick your finger and put some blood on it. All right. And stare at that damn sigil until you just keep staring at it. Just stare at it, and then learn its incantation. Greenish tasa, uberika biasa biasa ikar Lucifer. Right. So well, I don't. I said that fucking wrong, but vibrate that. Right. Sing it. The chants. Right. I can't sing for shit, but they like that vibration. Um, Greenish tasa. Uberika biasa ikar Lucifer. Right? They like that 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 vibration for some reason. It helps bring it up. So Renish Tasa, Uberica Biasa Ikar Lucifer. If you want to learn another one like Asmodeus, Ayer Ayer Avaj, Alorian Asmodeus Akin, right? And you Ayer Avaj, Asmodeus Akin, right in front of a sigil, blood on it. Just keep doing that. I don't care how long it takes. Start working with the moon cycles. You might have a contact in a day, the first day. It might take you a year for you to get a hold of this thing. It might take you longer than that. This is not a race, man. This is about your life and the things that you got to live through in this life to ultimately get to where you're going. A lot of you guys are out there, ex-Christians, and whatnot, and be like, I wasted so much time being a Christian. And it's like, no, you didn't. Don't you understand? No, you didn't. You had to go through that. You had to go through that. Your spirit, your soul, that's eternal, that's lived many, many lives. You might have been a Christian for the last 15 lives, and you had to do that. Get to where you are now. You had to do it. And now you're going to ultimately live this life for this content for what until you evolve again. That's how this works, man. Your soul evolves. All right. And you're going to evolve until where you're supposed to be. Everybody has a different calling. But the fact that you're even here right now, you've really gone a long way. And you should be surprised. It's happy for yourselves. However, some of you guys are in this for the wrong reasons, for money, for girls, whatever. I hear that a lot. Um, that's why Solomon and this is the truth. I asked Lucifer for wisdom, for guidance. I wanted him to show me the way, to light me a way that I can see and give me wisdom. That's what I asked for. That's what Solomon asked for. Okay, think about it. If you if you ask for money, how much money do you need? How much money you got right now? How many paychecks have you ever gotten in your life? If you're poor right now, you're going to get money, and guess what? You're going to end up poor again because it's all about something like 90% of the people that win the lottery, hundreds of millions of dollars, within 5, 10 years, go bankrupt because they don't know how to handle money. They don't have the knowledge to. They don't have the wisdom to. So if you have the knowledge and the wisdom to grow a little bit of money into a lot of money, look, wisdom can work there. Okay. So now you want girls or what girls? You guys want guys, right? So if you have the knowledge and the wisdom, you will find that person regardless of how many people that might go through to find that person, but you will have the knowledge to do it. What else you guys want? You guys want to know the knowledge to for the secrets of the world and whatnot, all the hidden mysteries. That's going to help you there too. It's going to help you in every single category of your life. Uh, so if you ask for girls, what are you going to do? Just have sex all day? Is that what you want? Is that what you got? Keep doing big things, man. Is that what you want to do? You just want to be fucking all day? Come on, man. You can. You're better than that. All right. And I don't know how much fucking you can do. Like I know I've had a girlfriend that like we were like fucking for a week, and then I mean she was beautiful, you know, but then I was getting tired of fucking. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do after that? You're going to get tired of it, but you're not going to get tired of not wisdom, man, because you can use wisdom in so many different ways. For real. All right. So, guys, I love you. Thank you for listening. All right. And I am a nice guy. I really am. I am friendly. Well, I'm not really too friendly, but I am a good friend. That's the truth. I realize who I am, man. I like to keep it real, regardless of if it hurts people's feelings. And that is as real as it gets. I've heard guys tell women, you know, I'm real and I'll tell you everything you want to hear. And you're like, that's not being real. If you're telling somebody something they want to hear, that's not real. I would rather be slapped with the truth than kissed with a lie. You know who said that? That was uh that guy Ledger that played uh the Joker. What was his name? Heath Ledger. He said that. So I think that he actually said that it with in the Batman movie. So I've thought that's a good way to look at things, man. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. Ave Satanas, hail Satan. Make sure you hail yourself. Stick around and I will be back later. Make sure you like and subscribe.